Right. Well, good morning, everyone. Want to share a little something with you, and we're going to draw this from John T. Lawrence's The Perfect Ashlar and other Masonic symbols. And just to give you an idea what an ashlar is, it's a cube. That's all it is a cube. And it holds a variety of meanings, but a cube typically represents form, solidity, substance. And he tells us that, or rather I should say, I interpreted from his writings, that perfection is described as an illusion, because he tells us that the ashlar requires continuous refinement. Now, we are the ashlar. We are the cube. We are substance. And we are in continuous refinement. And as far as the soul goes, this would be the purpose of reincarnation. After all, I'm sure sometimes we think, well, wait a second. Why do I even have to reincarnate? Because the soul continually refines itself. It's continuously refined. That's why we're here this morning, is to continue to refine our soul. Because the pagan teachings, I think it's the Eleusinian teachings, tell us that the soul is in the body and that it is refined through philosophy. The term perfect bodes a sense of finality because there's nothing more. I was sitting in a congregation one time, or I should say a class, because that's what it was. And the instructor was talking about the law of attraction. And she shared a story about how this woman was praying for a perfect baby.
Be careful what you wish for.
The baby was still born. So just to give you an idea, perfect, yeah, when we become perfect, but are we imperfect? We are not imperfect because, as they explain, perfection is continuous refinement, not a point of finality, but continuous refinement. Does anyone have any comments or thoughts or questions they'd like to share?
Could you repeat that name that you said was a Masonic symbol of Ashlar or something?
Ashlar, or Ashlar. A-S-H-L-A-R.
Thank you.
It's typically, it's like the altar of the lodge.
Okay.
How he explains it. And like I said, this book was published in 1912. And I like some of the older books, ones that are out of print, mostly because they're free, and you can read them online, or sometimes you can download them or copy and paste. But the information a lot of these people present, our Masons are about, the way it's described in what I've read, they are like carpenters. They're builders.
Mathematicians.
Pardon?
Mathematicians.
Well, in order to build, you have to know your math. Before I could machine parts, I had to learn my math. How do I know what angle to set my mill at if they only give me two angles and I don't know the third? I got to figure that out. So the way it's interpreted is we are the building. We are being refined. And how are we refined? Through our building of character. And that's essentially what their teachings focus on. these symbols, the squares and the isosceles triangle, they all have their own meanings and interpretations. But they are typically applied to building character. Because if you're of good character, then what's likely to happen? You get more jobs.
Oh, that's
Nobody's going to hire somebody who's a cheat and who's lazy and deceptive. At least I wouldn't. They're going to hire somebody who's of good character, speaks their mind, does what they say, that sort of thing. And that's what they teach. And they teach it through the construction. They teach it through construction. Is that better? Make sense? Any other comments or questions? I want to thank you for allowing me to share this with you.